CQ. This is Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. Is the frequency in use? CQ. This is Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo on 7280. CQ. CQ. This is Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. W4NDK. CQ and standing by. I'll call CQ here just a bit, and somebody asked if the frequency is in use a little bit ago, and I said I was getting ready to, but you go ahead and take it, and I didn't hear him again. But is this frequency in use? I'm going to ask a couple more times. I think he QSY, but I told him I would QSY. Is the frequency in use? Okay. CQ. This is Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. CQ and standing by.
Kilo Delta 4, Bravo, Mike Golf.
Kilo Delta 4.
Kilo Delta 4, Bravo, Mike Golf.
Kilo Delta 4, Bravo, Mike Golf. Is that correct?
Roger.
5-7. Okay, you're about a 52. I watch your videos often, and I definitely appreciate those videos that you make. Over.
Well, I appreciate that. I'm actually working on the new antenna. I have a LEFS NSED sloper that's twisted all over the yard that has me on 40 and 80 tonight. So far, it's working pretty good. Over.
Yes, it is working pretty good here to Charlotte, North Carolina, and I'm doing a live stream myself. So I like to watch your videos and how you do it, and I'm trying to emulate the helpfulness that you have there. I need to make some more instructional videos. But thanks a lot, and I do appreciate the chameleon reviews that you do. Thanks very much, Bob.
All right. Thank you, friend. Hope you have a great evening.
73. QRZ, that was HOA Ham on YouTube, KD4 BMG. This is Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo, QRZ. I heard somebody down in the noise. Please try again. Nothing heard. This is Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo, CQ, and standing by. So I'm going to do a live stream here, and then at 7:30 Eastern, that would be 0:30 UTC, I'll be going over to the Tar Heel Emergency Net on 3923 megahertz, 3923 kilohertz, or 3.923 megahertz, the Tar Heel Emergency Net. So we're going to talk about, I'm just going to see what people say about different snowfall totals and ice in the Tar Heel state, because it is snowing right now, or it is sleeting. CQ, this is Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo, QRZ. CQ. This is Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. CQ. CQ. This is Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. CQ. CQ. This is Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. CQ. CQ. This is Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo, CQ, CQ, CQ. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo, CQ, CQ, CQ. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo, CQ, CQ, CQ. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo, CQ, CQ, CQ. Just heating up the old antenna wires to get the ice off of them. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo, CQ, CQ, CQ. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo, CQ, CQ, CQ. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo, CQ, CQ, CQ. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo, CQ, CQ, CQ. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo, CQ, CQ, CQ. Is the frequency in use? Is the frequency in use? CQ, CQ, CQ. 14,230 megahertz. CQ, CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo, CQ, and standing by. Is this frequency in use?
Yes, it is. There's a slow scan is on this frequency.
Okay, I'll QSY. Sorry about that. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Is this frequency in use? CQ, CQ, CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo, CQ, CQ, CQ. is the frequency in use. Is this frequency in use? Is this frequency in use? CQ, CQ, CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. CQ, CQ, CQ. I'm going to be calling CQ here for a little bit, and then at 0:30, going to go over to 3923 to the Tar Heel emergency net because we've got some ice in the state and snow, and I want to hear what kind of totals we have at different counties in North Carolina. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. CQ and standing by. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. CQ, CQ, CQ. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. CQ, CQ, CQ. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo, 14241.5. 14 megahertz and 2415 kilohertz. 142415, 241.5 kilohertz. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo, CQ. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. CQ, CQ, CQ. I heard a kilo, kilo. Kilo, kilo 6, Sierra, Sierra, is that correct? Thank you for the 5-5. You are 41, North Carolina. Good evening to you. Thanks for coming in to my CQ call, and nice to meet you, Scott. 73. We spoke in August. Good to hear you again. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. CQ, CQ, CQ. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. CQ, CQ, CQ.
Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo from Kilo Delta 6. Golf Hotel X-ray.
Kilo Delta 6 Golf Hotel.
Kilo Delta 6 Golf Hotel X-ray.
Hello, Eric and Kingman. Nice to hear you tonight. You're about a 57, North Carolina.
Okay, thanks for the report from North Carolina. I don't have QRZ. I'm just sitting here at my desk paper logging, so I don't know your name. But You're about a 5'6", 5'7" into Arizona this evening. How are you, sir?
I'm doing fine. I'm in North Carolina. We're getting a little bit of ice tonight. I'm doing a live stream, and I'm going to go over to the Tar Heel emergency net at 0:30 UTC just to get an idea of what's going on with snowfall in North Carolina. We don't get snow but about once every couple of years. Over. I think I completely lost you, Eric, but nice to meet you. I got you in the log. Thank you very much. 73. CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. CQ.
Alpha Charlie 1 Sierra India.
Alpha Charlie 1 Sierra India?
Yes, my name's Paul. I'm talking to you from Peaks Island, Maine.
Oh, good to hear you again, Paul. We spoke on December 14th. You're 5'9" from Maine to North Carolina.
Yeah, you're 5'9" plus, almost 10 over 5'9".
Excellent. Last time we talked, you had 10-knot winds, and you had a JNC radio dipole on a 5-meter tripod. What are you using tonight?
Man, you take good notes. Yeah, I'm using the same antenna and tripod. I'm not going to be able to put out any other antennas until the ground thaws in the spring when I can put in a proper ground rod. But for now, that dipole seems to work pretty damn well. Yeah, and your signal's coming over great here. I didn't notice that we talked because I'm using an online logger, the World Radio League, right now. I kind of haven't decided on which logging method to use, but this one's pretty sweet, actually. Have you checked it out yet?
I have not. It's called Logbook of the World?
No, I do log to that, but this is called the World Radio League. It's a web-based logging program. It's undergoing a lot of rapid changes. They're really taking user feedback, and you can get a version for your phone or for an iPad or your laptop, and it's pretty nice. It integrates with POTA nicely too.
Well, very nice. I'll have to try it. I did see something about that, so I will. I'll take a look at it. Sounds awesome. And did you know that I am live streaming? Just wanted to let you know that.
No, I didn't know that, but that's totally fine. You can use whatever conversation we have on your live stream. Are you live streaming on YouTube, and what's the address?
Yes, I am, and the channel is called Go Amateur Radio. Go Amateur Radio.
Okay, give me a second. I'll look it up.
Roger. You'll notice probably a 10-second delay, so it's hard to kind of listen to me there and listen to and to make a QSO, but it is a good way for you to hear what your audio sounds like here. I've got it piped directly in via USB to my laptop, so the audio is going right into YouTube.
So is it Go Amateur Radio?
Yes, sir. And then at 0:30 UTC, I'm going to go over to the Tar Heel emergency net because we are getting snow here. We only get snow once every 2 or 3 years in North Carolina and Charlotte. So we get snow in Boone, but not in Charlotte. So and we're getting some snow in eastern North Carolina. So I'm going to be checking into that net and listening to people from all the different counties of North Carolina to see what they have to say, because people pretty much lose their minds when it snows here. Over.
Yeah, I can imagine. People probably in the mountains, they're pretty familiar with it, but yeah, I understand. It's pretty weird weather right now. I mean, we have no snow on the ground here on the island, and you've got snow down there, and that's just nuts.
Yeah, it sure is. It sure is crazy. I mean, we're mostly getting ice here in Charlotte, which is what we usually get, but there is snow falling in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and they've got a couple of inches, and it covered the roads. So this came up from Atlanta, and yet that usually does dump some snow here. Well, Paul, it was nice talking to you again. You have a great signal from the Portland area, or from Peaks Island, and I'll have to check out the Wellbrook Loop. But you sound great, and I appreciate the contact. Before you go, will you tell me what kind of power are you running?
Yeah, so this is an IC 7610, and I'm running 100 watts, and it's a Chelligans dipole on a 4-meter tripod, which is on my second floor balcony, so that the top of the dipole is actually above my roof line. And for receiving, I use a Wellbrook loop, which is really good at reducing the noise.
Is that a mag loop?
Well, it's a receiving mag loop. I also have a Chameleon P-Loop 3. If the weather is really bad and I have to take down my portable tripod, I can talk with that antenna inside my office, but I'm limited to 20 watts with that.
Okay, Roger. Well, it does sound good with the 100 watts there, and I'm sure I could hear you at 20 tonight. There is a pipeline. That's the right distance tonight. Well, thanks for the contact. Alpha Charlie 1 Sierra India, Paul in Maine. Sound excellent. What a beautiful state. Love to get up there again, and I don't think my kids have ever seen Maine, so I need to get them up there. But 73, Paul, nice to make a contact with you.
73, nice to talk with you. Bye, Nathan.
Okay, have a good weekend.
You too.
CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. CQ. CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. CQ.
Whiskey 5 Hotel Whiskey Lima.
Whiskey 5 Hotel Whiskey Lima. Getting some feedback from you, but is it Harlan in Texas? CQ. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. QRZ?
Whiskey 5 Hotel Whiskey Lima.
You're 5-9, North Carolina. Whiskey 5 Hotel Whiskey Lima, 5-9, North Carolina.
You're 5-9 also. Yeah, I had some issues with a little device I had here giving feedback. But you are 5-9, beautiful signal here in Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas.
Thank you very much, Harlan. Nice big contact with you. And have a good evening. Thank you very much. 73.
73.
Okay, that was Harlan in Texas. Whiskey 5 Hotel Whiskey Lima. Good signal there. A little bit of feedback, but nice to hear. Yeah, and I hear Nate out there. He sent me a message that I'm coming into northern Illinois, but then the band completely dropped out, so he's not hearing me anymore. His name is also Nate. Hey, we got the same first name, Nate. Anybody else out there? This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. QRZ? About 15 minutes, I'll go over to 3923 to the Tar Heel Emergency Net. CQ. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. CQ.
Sierra Golf Echo.
That's a good signal. Sierra Golf Echo.
Yeah, November 5, Sierra Golf Echo out of Oklahoma. You're 5-9.
Is it Donald or Don?
Well, I go by Don, but it's Donald on the thing.
5-9, Don, to North Carolina. Great audio.
And your name is Nate, is that correct?
That is correct. My name is Nate. I'm in North Carolina where we are getting snow tonight. Over.
Well, we just got snow yesterday, about 7 inches, so have fun with that.
You got more snow than we did, that's for sure. We get snow about every 2 or 3 years, So in about 15 minutes, I'm going to go over to the Tar Heel emergency net on 3923. I'll try to live stream that and just see how much people are, how they're reacting to the snow across our state. Over.
Yeah, I get that. We don't get snow very often, and so all of my grandchildren have been out and enjoying this all day long.
I bet. With that much snow, that's a lot of fun. We like having snow every now and then, but it melts off pretty quickly, or we just get ice in North Carolina and Charlotte. But in Boone, up in the mountains, we get some serious snow. Well, good to hear you, Don. What are you running there?
I got a Yaesu FT710 to a little dipole antenna out there.
It's working. And are you running barefoot?
Well, yeah, it hooked directly into the radio, because I used to have I still do, an MFJ, and my Elmer told me to hook it directly in to get a better signal.
Oh, it's working great. So no coax?
Well, there's a coax on basically on the, you turn it around a few times and tape it together. I'm a new ham, so you'll have to kind of forgive me. I've only been doing this about a year and a half.
Well, whatever you're doing it right. You sound great. And I'm running the FTDX10, which is very similar to the 710. It's the big brother. This one's a super het, and yours is an SDR. You sound good. Very good. Good job, Don. If you want to hear your audio, you can go to YouTube. I'm streaming it, and my channel is Go Amateur Radio. Over.
I understand. Go Amateur Radio. I'll look you up. I appreciate that.
Yes, nice to hear you. And 73, that's November 5, Sierra Golf Echo. Have a wonderful weekend. Back to you.
You have a great weekend. So great talking to you. Thanks so much for reaching out.
Thanks for finding me. 73. This is Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. CQ, CQ, CQ. CQ and standing by. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo, W4NDK. Calling CQ on 20 meters, 14.242, CQ. The band is hit and miss right now. I think we're losing 20. We might go back to 40 in just a bit. CQ, CQ. This is Whiskey 4 NDK.
Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. This is Whiskey Papa 4, India Zulu, Quebec.
Whiskey Papa 4, India Zulu.
India Zulu, Quebec, my friend. This is Whiskey Papa 4, India Zulu, Quebec. Very good. 59 days. Back to you.
I got India Zulu. What is the last letter?
Okay, the last letter is Quebec. The last letter is Quebec. Whiskey Papa 4, Italy, Zulu, Quebec.
Is that Melvin? Hello, Melvin. You're not extremely strong, but you sound pretty good. You're about a 52 here, 52 in North Carolina. Yes, what is my report, please? Thank you for the 59. You can hear your audio on YouTube on Go Amateur Radio. Nice to hear you, Melvin. 73, where we're getting snow in North Carolina. See you soon. 73, that's Whiskey Papa 4, India Zulu, Quebec. That's Melvin in Puerto Rico. This is Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo, clear with you, and calling QRZ. I'll try to get one more, and then I'll try 40 just for a bit, but then we're going to go over in 10 minutes to the Tar Heel emergency net on 3923. CQ, 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 and standing by.
megahertz.
Got a shortwave station somewhere behind there, down in the noise, but we're going to try it anyway. Is this frequency in use? CQ on 7226, 7226. 7.226 megahertz. CQ, this is Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. CQ and standing by. CQ, this is Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. CQ and standing by. CQ, this is Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. CQ and standing by. CQ, Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. CQ and standing by. CQ, this is Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. CQ. Be right back. CQ. This is Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. CQ.
KC5, GVQ.
5 ZVQ.
Yeah, how you doing today, bud? I saw you live. I was hoping I'd get there before you made it off. I was having a tough time hearing you.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with the bands tonight, but tell me, what's the first letter of your call sign again, sir? I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good. This is Richard. Kilo Juliet 5, Golf Victor, Quebec, out of Oklahoma.
Oh, hey, Richard. How's it going? And that homebrew fan dipole's working great tonight. You're 5'9".
Well, see, now the band's picked up because I couldn't hardly hear you a bit ago, and you're showing an S9 signal on me. I've totally changed that antenna since the last we talked, over.
You did change it?
I'm running the same antenna, but I've moved it. I've got the apex up at about 49 feet now.
Okay, well, it's definitely working. That's a pretty high apex there. You sound really good, Richard. And what else is new? We're getting snow here.
I just come in, ate a little dinner. Me and my son, I had my old Honda 3-wheeler out, sliding it around in the snow. Had a blast. Of course, I had to work today. I got to work tomorrow. I'm not looking forward to that, but it is what it is.
Well, I hope you don't work too hard. And I work today. I don't work tomorrow. And we got snow here, which is strange. So in about a couple minutes, I'm going to switch over to 75 meters and live stream it on my channel. The Tar Heel Emergency Net. Let's see if anything's going on here in North Carolina. Over.
Yeah, I saw that on the YouTube that you was doing that. I was wondering if it was a little bit later on or what was going on. They say that that's the most snow Oklahoma's got in one day in, gosh, like 30 years or more. I don't know.
Yeah, we have some weird weather too. I think it's just kind of everything's upside down right now. So yeah, we have a couple inches to 4 inches of snow up in northern part of North Carolina. No snow in Maine, but we get snow in North Carolina, Oklahoma. We'll enjoy it, and I'll do the Tar Heel Emergency Net, and then I'm going to switch right over there right now. You'll be on my last QSO, so you could listen to it on YouTube if you'd like. Good to hear you again, Richard. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, bud, roger that. I'll try to listen in, and appreciate what you do, bud. 73s, we'll catch you another time. KJ5, GBQ clear.
KJ5, GBQ. Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo, 73. Okay, I'm going to QSY to 3923, 3923 on the 75-meter band. We'll catch you there for the Tar Heel Emergency Net.
When normal communications are disrupted. North Carolina Oxcom is a non-government. The various county emergency management agencies and the Department of Homeland Security to provide auxiliary emergency communications during declared emergencies and other official incidences in North Carolina. North Carolina Oxcom is not part of the ARRL field organization. This net meets each and every night at 7:30 p.m. on 3923 kilohertz and at other times as needed. The purpose of this net is to provide communications during emergencies, to provide training in all aspects of net operations, to serve as a forum for discussions, and to foster fellowship among radio amateurs. All radio amateurs are invited to participate in the Tar Heel Emergency Net. Before we begin, do we have any stations with emergency or priority traffic? If so, please call now. Nothing heard. Any relays? Okay, we'll get started. If we have any stations with announcements or net business, those announcements will be handled after you check in. So please let me know when you check in if you do have an announcement. When you check in, please give your call sign twice, slowly and phonetically, using standard ITU phonetics. Then give your name, location, that's the county that you are located in, your ARRL or Oxcom appointment, if any, and list any traffic for the net. Also, please advise whether you will be remaining in for comments or will be out after check-ins. All right, to begin, do we have any portable, mobile, or low-power stations for the Tar Heel Emergency Net? Please call now. Do we have any portable, mobile, or low-power stations for the Tar Heel Emergency Net? If so, please call now. Okay, nothing heard. Next up, do we have any stations outside the state of North Carolina for the Tar Heel Emergency Net? If so, please call N3LTV or Net Control. Alrighty, nothing heard. All right, I will now take check-ins from fixed stations within North Carolina according to the first letter of the suffix of your call sign. And that is, of course, the letter that follows the number in your call sign. Okay, all stations with suffixes beginning with Alpha through Golf, A through G, please call N3LTV or Net Control.
N3LTV.
N3LTV. Good evening, Doug. Please check in Whiskey 4, Delta Lima Oscar. That's Whiskey 4, Delta Lima Oscar. Danny, Wilkes County, Area 11, no traffic. I'll be out after formal, please.
N3 LTV, please check in November 4 Delta Echo. November 4 Delta Echo, David in Stokes County, Area 9, no traffic and out after formal, please. You're really loud and clear tonight, Doug. Over.
N3 LTV. Please check in Kilo Alpha 4 Alpha Tango Tango. Kilo Alpha 4 Alpha Tango Tango. Name is Sam. I'm the EC and Oxfam coordinator. Cabarrus County, Area 11. No traffic and I'll be out after formal. Good evening, Doug.
Net control.
N3 LT.
Please check in Kilo Echo 2 Echo Papa. Kilo Echo 2 Echo Papa. Ken, Caldwell County, Area 12. No traffic. Out after. Over.
N3 LTV. Kilo Mike 4 Charlie. That's Kilo Mike 4 Charlie, Ben. AEC Cleveland County, Area 13, no traffic. Out after full.
N3 LTV. Please check in W1 CFL, Whiskey 1 Charlie Foxtrot Lima. That's James in Landis, Rowan County, Area 11. No traffic. Out after 5.
N3 LTV. N3 LTV, please check in Kilo Uniform 4 Golf Zulu. Kilo Uniform 4 Golf Zulu. Lewis in Cherokee County, Area 14. No traffic. Out after formal.
Okay, very good. I've got 7 stations, I think, checking in. Let me recognize them first. And the first one I've heard is Whiskey 4 Delta Lima Oscar. And that's Danny in Wilkes County, Area 11. No traffic out after formal, and you are good readable tonight. Next up, November 4 Delta Echo. And that's David in Stokes County, Area 9. Also no traffic and out after formal. You are also good readable tonight, David. And next up is Sam, Kilo Alpha 4 Alpha Tango Tango. Sam's in Cabarrus County, Area 11, and Sam is the EC and Oxcom coordinator there. No traffic and out after formal. Good readable. Next up, Ken, Kilo Echo 2 Echo Papa. Ken is in Caldwell County and our normal regular on low power, but you are good readable tonight coming in from Caldwell, Area 12. Also no traffic and out after formal. Thank you. Next up, Kilo Mike 4 Charlie. That's Ben in Cleveland County, Area 13, and Ben's the AEC there in Cleveland County. Good readable to loud and clear. Not quite as strong as in the past, Ben. Thanks again for stopping by. And next up, I've got Whiskey 1 Charlie Foxtrot Lima, and that's James in Landis, Rowan County, Area 11. No traffic out after formal, and not quite as strong as in previous nights. James, a little weak in here to me in Wake County. And the last station I heard is Kilo Uniform 4 Golf Zulu, and that's Lewis in Cherokee County, all the way over in the far western corner of North Carolina. And Lewis is with no traffic out after formal from Area 14. Good readable. Lewis. All right, any additional stations with suffixes beginning with Alpha through Golf or any corrections, please call N3LTV or Net Control.
The Net Control, this is Kilowatt Radio 4 Delta X-Ray Clyde, Virginia, over.
All right, Clyde. Man, you just woke me up here. You are very loud and clear here into Wake County. Kilo Romeo 4 Delta X-Ray Clyde in Tazewell, Virginia. No traffic and out after formal. Hopefully you're not getting snowed under there too bad. All right, let's let that group settle down a little bit there and move on to the next group. Are there any stations out there with suffixes in North Carolina with suffixes beginning with Hotel through November, H through N? Please call N3LTV or Net Control.
Net control. Please copy Kilo 4 India Romeo. Kilo 4 India Romeo, John in Brunswick County, Area 5, out after formal.
LTV. Please check in and out. Kilo 4 Hotel Alpha Tango 8-4.
N3 LTV. N3 LTV. Please check in Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Nate, Mecklenburg County, Area 13. No traffic, and I will stick around after formal.
Okay, very good. Let me get some help from the folks out there on the eastern side of the state. There was one station that tried to check in. I could just barely hear him. It's Dean in Brunswick County. So can anybody on the eastern side of the state, maybe Richard, help me out there? Dean, can you please call in again with your call sign? Hopefully I got your name right. Over. Okay, somebody's tuning up. Dean, I think your call sign is Kilo, Delta, 4, Tango, Yankee, Sierra, QSL? Yeah, there's a station tuning up. Station, if you can hear me, please stand by. Please call again, Dean. Over.
Relay.
Go ahead, relay.
This is K4IR. The station calling is Dean, November 4 Tango Yankee Sierra in Southport. He checked in the other night as well.
There you go. I got it that time. All right, November 4 Tango Yankee Sierra, Dean, Brunswick County. Area 5, thank you very much for stopping by, Dean. You're welcome here every night. I just couldn't hear you very well. And there was a station tuning up. Hopefully, if you're tuning up for this net, you should go up frequency, 2 or 3 KC before you do the tune-up. And with that, let me recognize the following stations. Let's see. The first one I heard was Kilo 4 India Romeo. It's John in Brunswick County, also, again, on the eastern side of the state. I've got Kilo 4 Hotel Alpha Tango. That's Richard in Dare County on the extreme eastern side of the state. And next up, I've got Dean, November 4 Tango Yankee Sierra, also from Brunswick County, Area 5, no traffic out after formal. And the last station I heard is a net control, and that is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo, and that's Nate down in Mecklenburg County, Area 13. You're loud and clear here tonight, Nate. Thank you for stopping by. All right, let's try that group one more time. Any additional stations with suffixes beginning with Hotel through November, H through N, please call now.
Net control, this is November 4 India Bravo, N4IB. And it's Tim, Tango India Mike in Area 11, Iredell County. No traffic. I'll be around.
Alrighty, very good. Thanks for checking in there, Tim. I've got November 4 India Bravo, Tim in Iredell County, Area 11, and Tim is also net control on Wednesday night. And with that, we'll move on to the next group. Any stations with suffixes beginning with Oscar through Tango, O through T, please call now.
Net control. This is November 4 Papa Echo November. November 4 Papa Echo November. Bill, Brunswick County, AEC, Oxy, Area 5. I'll be staying in.
M3 LTV. M3 LTV, please check in. Kilo 4, Oscar, November, Charlie. That's Kilo 4, Oscar, November, Charlie. Bruce, Pamlico County, Area 3, Oxy coordinator, no traffic, and I will be out after formal. Good evening, Doug. Over.
Okay, very good. Let me pause here and recognize the following two stations in the Oscar through Tango group. And the first one I heard is Bill, November 4, Papa Echo November. Bill's in Brunswick County, Area 5, and he's in AEC and certified Oxy there. I've got you staying in, no traffic, and I'm going to be coming back to you doing all call from that side of the state. And then next up, I've got Kilo 4, Oscar, November, Charlie, and that's Bruce in Pamlico County, Area 3. And Bruce is an Oxcom coordinator and also an Oxy in Pamlico. All right, let's try that group one more time. Any additional stations with suffixes Oscar through Tango, O through T, please call now. Alrighty, nothing heard. Any stations with suffixes beginning with uniform through Zulu, U through Z, please call now.
M3 LTV. Good evening, Doug. Please check in. Alpha Echo 4 Whiskey X-Ray. Alpha Echo 4 Whiskey X-Ray. This is Mike Alpha Romeo Kilo in Moore County, Area 8. No traffic, but I would stay in for a comment, please.
Control, please check in. Kilo Oscar 4 Zulu Yankee Papa. Doug in Brunswick County, Area 5. No traffic. Out after 4.
N3 LTV. Curious. Kilo 4 Zulu Victor Kilo. Kilo 4 Zulu Victor Kilo. Walt in Lake County, Area 7. No traffic. Will be into lake. Over.
N3 LPD. N3 LPD, this is Kilo Golf 4 Zulu November Zulu. Kilo Golf 4 Zulu November Zulu. George in Alamance County, Area 8. Out after form.
Okay, very good. Let me recognize the following four stations in the Uniform through Zulu group. The first I heard is Alpha Echo 4 Whiskey X-Ray, and that's Mark in Moore County, Area 8. And Mark is a net control for at least a Monday night and Friday night. Probably could use some more help on one or both of those, I guess. And next up, I've got Kilo Oscar 4 Zulu Yankee Papa, and that's Doug in Brunswick County, Area 5. No traffic out after formal. Good, Reedville. Thanks for stopping by tonight, Doug. Next up, I've got Kilo 4 Zulu Victor Kilo, and that's Walt in Wake County, Area 7. No traffic, but we'll be staying in. Thank you for that, Walt. We'll be back to you. And the last station I heard is Kilo Golf 4 Zulu November Zulu, and that's George in Alamance County, Area 10. Also, no traffic, but we'll be out after the formal. Thank you, George, for stopping by. All right, I'm going to do an all call, and then I'm going to turn the net over to, oh gosh, I forgot who I was going to turn it over here. Stand by. I'm going to turn it over to Bill, N4PEN, and let you do the all call. And so first I'll start. Are there any stations inside or outside the state of North Carolina that would like to check into the Tar Heel Emergency Net? Please call N3LTD or Net Control. Okay, there's a station in there I cannot hear. Can I get a relay, please?
Doug, all I got out of that was Kilo 0, I believe.
Okay, Kilo 0 station, Kilo 0, please call again. Don't know if you can do anything to increase your power, maybe turn on your compression or speak up a little more, and say your call sign again slowly. We've got everybody listening. Go ahead.
Doug, I got it.
Go ahead.
That is Kilo 0, Kilo Lima Bravo. I'm going to have to turn on the disco light for him for making it. That's Kevin. He is in Iowa. That's Kevin in Iowa. Over.
Okay, Kevin. QSL. Hey, well, thanks for checking in here. We're here every single night, 7:30 p.m. on this frequency. You're welcome to check in. The band conditions do get better throughout the wintertime here. We've heard folks checking in from the Cowboy Network out there in, can't remember where it is, Cheyenne or something. So come on, check us out, and it'd be great to have you in here again. All right, with that, I'm going to turn the net over to Bill and let him call from the east side of the state, N4PEN. This is N3LTV.
This is November 4, Papa Echo November, calling any station in eastern North Carolina on the Oxcom Aries net. Please call now. N4PEN, alternate station for Oxcom Aries net. Go ahead. Any station A to Z for the Oxcom Aries net. This is the alternate station, N4PEN. Net control, nothing heard from eastern North Carolina, November 4, Papa Echo, November.
Okay, Bill, thank you very much for that. Great job. All right, I do not have any announcements other than everybody be safe. I'm sure that most of us are getting some sleet and snow. I've seen on the TV up in your area, Danny, some, or at least heard about semis getting stuck on roads going up over the mountains and all that stuff. So everybody be safe. Stay home if you can. And hopefully we'll hear you tomorrow night at this time. And for those stations that would like to be excused, you may secure your stations at this time. And with that, I'll open the net for informal comments. And the first station I've got with a comment is Tim, N4IB. This is N3LTV.
Well, hey, everybody. Hope everybody's staying in warm and safe and dry. I just opened the door. We got a light dusting of snow here in Mooresville. I'm disappointed. Earlier in the week, we were thinking maybe it would be 3 inches, but we got a light dusting of snow, and now what's falling is freezing rain. So, seems to be a layer of ice on the top of the snow. So, don't know what the roads look like I'm staying in, but it could be hazardous. So, y'all be careful out there. And good luck through the night. And this should be through at least our area early tomorrow morning. 73 N4IB.
Okay, Tim, real good. Yeah, it sounds like you got the same kind of thing we do. It's mostly freezing rain. We got about 3/8 of an inch. The kids, we got a kind of a steep driveway, and the kids in the neighborhood are playing in the driveway right now, so that's pretty cool to see. So be safe. And with that, I'll turn it over next to Bill, N4PEN. This is N3LTV.
This is N4PEN. Is the station from Charlotte, North Carolina still on frequency? Over.
I think so. That's Nate, W4NDK. Go ahead. Well, I guess not. I guess he usually he listens in and he's got a YouTube thing going, but I guess he's not here. Go ahead, Bill.
I am here.
Oh, go ahead then, Nate.
Okay, I had just stepped away to go grab something, and I just got back. Sorry about that. Do you guys want me to go ahead?
No, Bill has a question for you. Go ahead, Bill.
Nate, what are the conditions up in Charlotte at the present time? Over.
Well, it's been about an hour since I've been outside, but we had sleet and slippery back patio. I don't know if it's stuck to the road yet. I was trying to pull up information on the internet, but I just don't know. We'll give you a report in just a bit if I could find something on the internet. It didn't seem too bad here in South Charlotte, but North Charlotte could be completely different. And that's about it. But the conditions are not too bad right at my house. I'm near South Park Mall. Over.
QSL, I've got to go out to Idlewild Road tomorrow from down here in eastern North Carolina. I think everything should be okay from what they're saying about the conditions tomorrow. Over.
Yeah, QSL. Bill, I'll send you an email once I get the research done. Tell me your call sign, please, one more time. I know I've got here. In November 4, Papa Echo November.
QSL.
Okay, got an email that's good on QRZ?
I think it's on there. If not, it's really simple, and I can give it to you, or if you can give me a phone number, I'll give you a phone number and you can call me.
Okay, well, I'm transmitting on YouTube right now, live stream, so I don't want you to give your phone number out to the entire world internationally. You might start getting telemarketing calls, so let's not do that. But what I would suggest is looking me up on QRZ and shooting me an email, but I'll look you up too.
QSL, N4PN to be clear, back to net control.
Okay, Bill, well, be safe. Hopefully that'll be cleared out there. And with that, we'll clear with N4PEN and turn over next to Mark, AE4WX. This is N3LTV.
Well, good evening, Doug, and everybody on the net. This is Alpha Echo 4 Whiskey X-Ray, Mark in West End, North Carolina, Moore County, Area 8. And thank you for taking my check-in. I hope everybody's staying warm and safe tonight. I know you guys are all by the radio, so you're doing just fine. I can tell you real quickly, in the Charlotte area, Emping is just lit up with reports of freezing rain down there, so it's probably not the best place right now. Hopefully Nate will be able to give us a better report. But I wanted to let you know, over here, we have had freezing rain for about 2 hours now. It doesn't look like it's accumulated a whole lot yet, but there is a mesoscale discussion from the Storm Prediction Center, basically for this area extending back into Charlotte and over into upstate South Carolina, about they're expecting heavier freezing rain rates over the next couple of hours, so up to about 0.3 of an inch or so, I think, what they're expecting here. So, and I mention it because I'm tomorrow's net control, and it's my intention to be here, but I'm a little concerned that we may either be dealing with a power outage or that I may have a pine tree limb that has taken out my antenna. I certainly hope neither of them will be the case, but I will make every effort to be here. But if I'm not here at 7:30, you know where I am, and hopefully somebody can grab it for me. So I don't think we need to necessarily specify anything like that or make any arrangements now because, let's face it, everybody's in the same boat right now. So thank you, everybody. You all stay safe and warm. And with that, I'll turn it back to you, Doug. This is Alpha Echo 4 Whiskey X-Ray.
Hey, yeah, Mark, good plan. I'll be around if something happens, too, so I wouldn't worry about it. Just do what you need to do. And I'm going to put a plug in for Mark because he's covering a couple days right now. We're still looking for some slots that are open. I should say Scott is. We're just trying to help Scott out to get some folks to sign up and volunteer for the vacant slots. I think it's at least Monday, and there's one or maybe two Mondays at the end of the month that are basically getting filled by Mark, and he's also got the Saturday net. So for those that got the loud and clear stations, I think you know who you are. It would be great if you could step up and become a net control. Did you have any additional comments there, Mark?
No, not at all. Just like I said, I just want to make sure everybody stays safe and warm tonight. So it's like we're all in this together. So I'm glad to be here with you. Back to you and 73 AE4WX.
Okay, Mark, very good. All right, Walt, W4ZVK. This is N3LTV.
N3LTV. This is K4ZVK. Well, let's see. The temperature dropped down to 25 degrees. Right now we have a slight coating on the ground of sleet, rain, and snow. Not really measurable just the light covering right now. But it's getting cold, and no telling what we'll have tonight. So that's it, Doug. Everybody be safe. Look out for the weather. N3LCB. K4CBK cleared.
Okay, well, yep, thanks for that, and you be safe. Catch you tomorrow morning on the QCWA net, maybe on that Zoom meeting, too. All right, let me make one more call. Any stations anywhere inside or outside the state of North Carolina that would like to check in or make a comment, please call N3LTV or Net Control.
Comment?
Go ahead, Net.
This is Whiskey 4 NDK, Nate, and to N4PEN, I will go outside, check the road right in front of my house. I don't think it's probably a good idea to drive to Idlewild Road, but I'll check and give you a minute-by-minute report on the road in front of my house, and I'll get back to you on the air within probably 10 seconds of me finishing this transmission. So if you want to stay over, I'll just let you know that. Is that okay with you?
N4PEN, QSL. Also, I am good on QRZ, so you can send me an email if you'd like.
Okay, Roger, Roger. And I also wanted to mention that Kevin, Kilo Zero, Kilo Lima Bravo from the QRP SSB net is the one who checked in here from Iowa with 10 whiskey, 10 watts. So congratulations to him for checking in. And we love having our friend Kevin down here. And I will pick up tomorrow night's net for you, Mark, if you would like me to. Over. Hey, Mark, are you still there?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
I'll pick it up for you tomorrow night if you'd like.
No, I mean, I think I should plan on being here, but just be aware that if you don't hear me at 7:29, say the Tar Heel emergency net starts in 1 minute, then you know I can't be on for either because the power is out, or even, I mean, I have backup power, so really what it would be is if it takes out my antenna. So I don't think that's going to be likely, but, you know, with these soft longleaf pines, you never know. So I'll take it, but just be prepared in case I don't show up.
Okay, Roger, Roger. I got 2 or 3 antennas here, so I got backup and I got battery. So if you don't get it, I'll get it, and I'll go outside, check the road. I'll be right back, Bill. 73, and thank you for checking in, Kevin in Iowa. I'll be back. 73, and thank you for covering the net tonight, N3LTV. Great job.
Hey, I appreciate it. This is my regular night, but we've got like 21 participants. That's a record breaker for me, and glad you're able to help Bill out there. And Kevin, I will go to QRZ and log you in, and also Logbook of the World, and thank you again with your 10 watts making it here. Wish I could have heard you. I did, but I just couldn't make you out as well as Nate. So thanks again. All right, so with that, I'm going to go ahead and close the net. Again, we want to thank all stations for checking in, and we do look forward to your regular participation each and every night at 7:30 p.m. as you're able to do so. And at this time, I'm closing the Tar Heel net and returning this frequency to normal amateur use. Everybody be safe. 73 N3LTV out.
N4PEN, W4, November Delta Kilo.
November 4, Papa Echo, November.
Yes, Bill, the sidewalk was icy in a couple spots, but it's just raining right now, and the road is just wet in South Charlotte. But it can change quite a bit. 5 miles north of me can be ice because we are south of Interstate 85. Over.
QSL, everything I'm going to be doing will be south of that, and won't get anywhere close to it. And I'm south of 40 also, so that's good.
Yeah, Roger, Roger. I still would be careful. I did almost flip on the sidewalk, so if you're accustomed to driving in ice, then, and you're from up north, that might work. If you've never driven in ice before, or you have a lead foot, I'd be very careful. It's not beautiful out there, but all that's falling now is rain. You know how we go crazy when it snows in, or even threatens to snow in North Carolina. Over.
Roger. I hope you got the bread and the eggs and didn't slip on anything.
Yeah, Roger. Hi. I didn't even mind going out there in the short sleeve. I just got back from Montana, so this is nothing. Over.
I wish you would have gotten on POTA in Montana or on CW or something. I could have knocked another one off the list.
I wish I could have. I did bring my HT. I couldn't get on the repeater because it was DMR, and I promised my kids I was not going to bring the KX2. So that was just a family promise. Because my wife was helping fund this trip, she didn't want me to bring it either. So I gave that up on this trip. It was hard. Over.
Well, there comes a priority to everything, and sometimes the general overrules the lieutenant.
That's a QSL. Okay, Bill, well, be careful. I hope this is a very important trip, because if you could delay it, I probably would, but because you just don't know what it's like. I know in Winston-Salem, it's icy. Their roads are covered in ice. Over.
Roger. What it is the 50th reunion for the Idlewild Volunteer Fire Department that will be closing this year. And they're going to be merging with the Mint Hill and Matthews, and I helped start that department over 50 years ago.
Oh, did you really? And is that down in Idlewild, or is that the Mint Hill Volunteer Fire Department? One of my old neighbors was a big part of that. Did you know a Mr. Biggers?
I did.
Okay, that was my neighbor. And were you part of that one too, or to Idlewild?
Negative. Idlewild and Matthews. Matthews is where I started, and then went on from there.
Okay, Roger. Well, I live not too far from Matthews. Well, thank you for your service. Do you know if Mr. Biggers is still around?
Say again?
Biggers, and did you know Hagerson? I think he was part of that too. Do you know if they're still around?
I don't know. They may be there tomorrow. That thing's going to start at 1 o'clock and go till 5 o'clock, so there's plenty of time to get there and do what we got to do. And I think it'll be okay. I'm going to check with one other person tomorrow morning and see what's going on.
Yeah, I'd probably not take Highway 218. That's dangerous even without ice. But anyway, have fun if you go. And if you see a Hagerson or a Biggers, tell them I said hello. And you know my last name from QRZ. I won't mention it here, but since I'm streaming on YouTube. But good to hear you. You got a great signal, great audio, and nice to hear you. Have a good 50th anniversary, and thank you for your service. As a little kid, this was almost 50 years ago. I remember the Mint Hill Volunteer Fire Department being a big part of my neighborhood. I lived over in Farmwood. 73.
Nate, give me that call of yours again. I might have set it down wrong on my paper here.
Whiskey 4, November, Delta, Kilo.
I got Whiskey 4, last part.
November, Delta, Kilo. November, Delta, Kilo.
Okay. I'd left off the K. I had something else written there that I couldn't even read it.
Oh, no problem. Well, good to hear you tonight. And if you get a chance to go to YouTube, go to Go Amateur Radio. I put the net there. It's on the live stream.
Okay. I'll take a look at it. And you said it's on what on YouTube now again?
Go Amateur Radio. Go Amateur Radio.
Okay, I appreciate your help, and stay safe over there. N4PEN, clear.
73. N4IB, go ahead.
Go, N4PEN, N4IB.
Go ahead.
Hey, did you know, you mentioned of Idlewild Fire Department, did you know or do you know Jay Alexander?
Yes, he was there. I think Jay may not be around anymore.
Well, he's still alive as far as I know. I saw him, probably 3 or 4 months ago. He's probably retired from the department. He's, in his 70s, mid-70s maybe now.
He should be there. I didn't see his name on the list, but that doesn't mean anything.
Okay, well, if you see him, tell him that Tim said hello. He and I used to work together at Duke Energy.
Okay, a lot of people worked at Duke Energy. That place was alive with them.
I tell you, I think, but Jay, gosh, he had been in the department there for decades and decades. He might have been a chief at one time.
Well, it was J. Alexander, and then you had, Tommy, and I'm trying to think of a couple others. Doug Hatley was there. He came over from Oakhurst, and there was a couple more. I can't think of all of them. There was probably 18 that came from Oakhurst over to Ottawa when it first started.
Okay, very good. Well, I hope it all works out for you. You guys can have a good reunion. And again, if you see Jay, tell him I said hello. 73 Bill, N4IB.
73s, and thank you for all the help on the nets and everything else. N4PEN.
See you later, Tim. See you later, Bill. That was the Tar Heel Emergency Net since 1949, 73.
See you, Nate, N4IB.